Portrait of the Artist, the Young Derelict, and C Plate 3 were both executed in Crosby Street Studio in the fall of 1982 to be included in historic exhibition at the Fun Gallery, probably the most important exhibition in Jean-Michel Basquiat's lifetime. It is one of the more technically complex works in terms of iconographies. It has multi-layered subjects which unify his focus upon himself, as well as a in-depth commentary on the cultural milieu of his time.
It is one of the few functioning constructions that he has. These were partially found objects, partially made objects that he hinged together in his studio, treating each panel very differently. You have a narrative on each of these panels. And Basquiat translates this narrative into his own story.
While the work might appear spontaneous, it is a highly calculated work of art done with great consideration for what he chose to depict upon the work.
The shape is traditional shape of an altarpiece. The right panel can be referenced as a self-portrait. The center of the center panel is the famous Basquiat crown, which is incredibly worked here.
The word ankle, a reference to the phrase to break an ankle, which implies to pull a fast one on someone, not only alluding to graffiti culture, but to the subway drawings by Keith Haring, sort of shouting out to how courageous these acts were. There's photo documentation of Keith being arrested for executing his subway drawings. The inclusion of the word morte along with the crucifix really shows how Jean-Michel saw Keith Haring's actions as the acts of a martyr, both in the painting and in the sculpture. You can make out the words hic est rex, the Latin phrase for here is the King of the Jews. Basquiat has given a new meaning to himself and his colleagues, people that are willing to risk their lives for their belief in their craft.
There's very few sculptures that he worked on and let exist in the art market, which makes this object extremely unique.
Interestingly, after the completion of the Fun Gallery exhibition, it was immediately acquired by Keith Haring, for Keith fully understood what the implications of this work were.
The portrait of an artist as a young derelict is a very complex painting for Basquiat. It's full of images and words that he used, that he heard. The communication between the painting and the viewer is very important here. So I think that's what makes this painting very special. It's unique in its appearance and it's unique in his expression.